Well, hi there, tubers, tubettes, various crazy people. Welcome back to the channel. Title of this little video is going to be something to the effect of, does she really like me or does she really love me? And the motivation for making this has been around for over a year, and I just never got around to doing it. But a little background is I've lived in the Philippines now for a little over 4 years. And when I first came out here, meeting someone or getting into a relationship was very, very low on my list of priorities. My priority was to stop working. I was burnt out. I was also burnt out on a number of other factors that I just wanted to, I just needed a change. And I felt that coming out here on my Social Security check, I would be able to afford a lifestyle that would be accommodating to me, a comfortable lifestyle, and not have to show up every day for work. That was the priority. I had spent 15 years, I think, totally single after my last divorce in the States, and came to find that being alone for me was just fine. I kind of like myself. I don't mind my own company. I don't need someone to be sitting next to the couch. But I understand that there are guys that meeting somebody is their number one priority. So I thought I'd make this video and see if it provides a little information for you. Cool. I do not give advice, but I do feel compelled just to relate some of my own experiences and what I learned that worked for me and what happened. I got out here, I spent about 2 months getting set up. After I just finished telling you that I wasn't interested in getting into a relationship, after being out here for 2 months, I was in a relationship. And I think I've related that in previous videos. And so, fools rush in, right? And so what had happened was I was introduced to this woman, and I took one look at her, and all logic just went out the window. And so, that being said, we were together for 4 or 5 months, maybe 6, I honestly don't remember. And I decided I could see the writing on the wall. I said, this just isn't working. And so we split up. And I decided once again that I just wanted to be single. I didn't want to get into a relationship, and I didn't want to fiddly fart around with anybody on that level. And for about 2 months after our breakup, that's exactly what I did. I bugged around. I took care of business. I bought a motorbike. I made some friends. I found out where places were. I kind of got acclimated to my new environment, learned about the mechanics of moving money and getting things set up. And that was a very healthy time. It's not that I didn't see women or wasn't interested in women. It was just that I was able to stick to my guns. I was very proud of. I didn't just jump at any opportunity. But that being said, about 2 months into being a bachelor and getting things set up and getting acclimated and making friends, there was just too much temptation, I guess. When I first moved out here, I had a zillion friend requests from females on Facebook. And 95% of them were just felonious nonsense. But that being said, 5% is still a pretty big number out here when you're dealing with as many as I was getting, and I'm sure everybody will get, or does get, or has gotten. And so I did reboot the old dating deal. And I dated for a little over a year solid before I met Baby May. And an interesting dynamic occurred without me trying. I am now able, if Baby May was gone tomorrow and I was back into the dating scene, I could tell within 30 minutes, and this is just me, I'm not saying this is for you, I'm just saying for me, that I could tell after 30 minutes of sitting with someone on a first date what she's thinking and if she actually likes me or if she doesn't like me. The best way for me to relate this to myself is a poker game. And anyone that's played poker or cards knows that the person sitting across from them that they're playing against has a tell. And a tell, if you don't know, I'm sure you do, but if the person's got a good hand, they might do something like scratch their nose, or if they've got a bad hand, they might run their hair, their hand through their hair. That's a tell. Anyway, I found that women here in the Philippines have tells. And there's 3 of them that I have found to be absolutely bulletproof for me. I know that if a woman exhibits these 3 tells, that she actually likes me for me. Now, she may be with me because I can better her life. I'm sure that's the primary motivation, and I think that's from start to finish, and who can blame them? It's hard still for me to realize or to accept that someone 66 like myself can be with someone like Baby May who's 35. However, I'm convinced that Baby May truly does care and love for me. That was not an easy process to find someone like her. But during the time that I was single, after about 6 months, I know I'm being a little repetitive here, I came up with these 3 tells, and I'm going to share them with you right now. Number 1, social media is king and queen and prince and princess out here in the Philippines. It by far is utilized more than anywhere else in the world. And social status and exhibition and whatnot is like a national sport. And so what you post or what you do or how you are on Facebook and other social platforms is just huge out here. So if I dated someone and they took a selfie of me and her, that was a tell, and that was a good tell, that she wanted to lean in and have me lean in, and she would take a picture. That was huge. What was even bigger than that is if the next day I looked at her Facebook page and she had posted that picture, that was massive. I dated a woman one time that never once took a picture of me or took a picture of us. And I would take selfies of her and I, and she didn't have a problem with that, but she never did the opposite. Guess what? She had a boyfriend and 2 kids. So I guess it wouldn't behoove her to post that up on the internet because her husband might see it. And so that's one of the ugly sides of it. But I found that maybe 50% of the ladies that I would go out with, if they didn't take 50% didn't take any kind of pictures or selfies or memories of our time together, that they just weren't interested, pure and simple. If they did take the selfie, and if they did post it, again, I can't emphasize enough, that was huge, because she was saying, hey, look, I'm with this guy, I'm proud to be with this guy, I'm happy with this guy, and hopefully, and it's kind of a way of showing off. The last thing, little nuance that I noticed that again says so much, but it's such a small little thing, is how they would back ride on the scooter. So inevitably, if you're with somebody and you're going to go somewhere, I have a scooter, they're going to hop on the back. If they hang on to the back and they don't make any kind of contact with you, that tells me that she's just not that interested, or attracted to me. If she's got both of her arms wrapped around your midsection while you're driving down the road, and her head is set on your shoulder, and she's pressing up against you, that she likes you. Or she likes me, I should say. It sounds maybe silly, but I've ran this by a couple of guys that were also in the same mode as me. And like I said, I developed this sense after about 6 months of dating with various women. Some would do these things, some would not. And both of my friends that at the time, who were, like I said, they were dating also, they said, you know what, you're freaking right. Because they were out with somebody, and the girl couldn't stop taking the selfies. And he didn't really like it because he was seeing 2 other girls and he didn't want to post it. I was never like that. I was never like, in that position, but that's neither here nor there. But how a woman held on to me on the back of the scooter, and of all the knucklehead stuff, just the selfies and the posting, and of course, following that was the communication every day. Send you a message or whatnot, and wanting to get together with you. And more importantly, that they didn't have anything else going up on social media that would be contrary to me and her. So anyway, it's kind of a long-winded story. We've been going on for 12 minutes just to make 3 little points, but it's something that I found for me to be absolutely bulletproof. For all of you that are waiting to get out here to the Philippines, I wish you well. I know it's COVID, and I will check you guys out on the next video. All right, guys, I'll see you.